to the Holy Scriptures, according to the Old and New Testament, the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, promised us that we would receive power over the nations and we would receive power in general. Psalm 82 and 6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Those are the Israelites. Actually, the word there is sons. The sons of the Most High are the Israelites. Israel means he is a prince of power. Power. We were gods, and we shall be gods again. And the house of David shall be as God. The house of David is the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, 12,000 of each tribe. They will be as what? They will be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. So there you go, man. How you get around that? You can't.
But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them, and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains, and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. Yahawashi, 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 Yahawashi.
Shalom to elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations, scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Gotta give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, wouldn't we part of that number? Lord, wouldn't this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities? His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. Lord, wouldn't this edifying to the flock? I am answering a question from another immediate family member of mine that are starting to wake up into the truth. Tonight will be the Day of Atonement. Fasting, no drinking anything or eating anything. And it's a very sacred time for us in the truth. And I'm blessed to be here, to be able to partake in the Day of Atonement. And it's kind of pretty edifying that an immediate family member asked me this question, and he asked me what are Jacob's blessings? What are the blessings that Jacob get? But first we got to find out who is Jacob. We're also going to go I'm going to explain a little bit before we get into it. We, went off and sinned against the Lord. And this is why we are in our captivity today. It says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, that we were taken in the ships into Egypt again. And this place is spiritually Egypt, according to Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. So when you're dealing with these blessings, they have to be earned. Okay? And not let alone they have to be earned, you have to be part of the chosen. So we're going to deal with who's Jacob. And we're going to go with we're going to start with the descendants and let all the way down to Jacob. And then we're going to dive in a little bit of the blessings that Jacob is going to inherit after going through these curses that we are in. And we know Jacob and Esau represented nations, and that's what the Lord told Rebekah in Genesis chapter 25. I tried to keep this strictly about Jacob and his blessings. Maybe Lord put the Spirit on me, I might deal with the curses, because that's all in Deuteronomy chapter 28. But really, if you go read it, it just explains it to you what happened, and that's why, like in Deuteronomy 28, it talks about how we became bywords, and that's why we say so-called, okay? So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitians, which they called us what? Spinks, spooks, porch monkeys, wetbags, and savages. That's 5, man. And that's so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitians. And the foreign Israelites look like the other nations, but they're basically us because of the seed line. And we're going to prove that in the precepts and the scriptures. So Lord willing, this is edifying to the flock. We're going to get over here and we're going to get into the Blue Letter Bible, and we're going to start at Matthew chapter 1, verse 17. Give me a second. Yeah, we'll pull that up too. Because it says in Exodus chapter 6, verse 3, when we were in, let me do this first before we get started. Because he only appeared unto one nation, and there's 18 nations. And I'll probably do a small video on that sometime soon. I might do it on this channel, and I have another channel for children. I'll probably do it on that one too. But it's going to describe who the nations are. We're going to get them broke down. So we're going to deal with this first, Exodus, because this is the only people that he appeared to throughout the scriptures. He didn't appear to any other nations. And this is the last time we were in Egypt, right? So it says, and I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob. This is Exodus chapter 6, verse 3. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of the Most High Almighty, but my name, Yahawah, okay, because there's no J's or E's or O's, okay, in Paleo-Hebrew or ancient Hebrew, so that's Yahawah, okay. Was I not known to them? See, that's how we know his name is Yahawah, after you go back and look into it. But we weren't taught that, by Esau, even the so-called white man. They hid it from us, so the Lord had to bring the prophets back so they can explain to us and show and remind us who the name of the Lord is, which is Great Millstone. Okay? So, hold on. I want to do one more before I get started. Because there was for a time that our teachers, they weren't able to do this. but now they're doing it, and so we're able to see they've been doing it since the 60s. But it's a single file ordered line to the kingdom of the Most High. So you can't come into this truth and stay in this truth unless the Lord wanted you to.
Does Canelo Alvarez really relax? Or is he
So give me a sec.
boxing? Or
I'm having to come back over here
Okay, you're not
because
wrong.
it's got an infomercial, Salakia. I don't know why. I don't know why I got it where it's supposed to be looping. Alright, so it says Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20, right? And it reads, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity, right? And the water of affliction, right? These tests that we're going through in this earth right now, as Hebrew Israelites living under the curses. Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. See, they were in a position where they could not teach, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So the ones that are of the Lord's people will be able to determine who really are the teachers who were approved to actually teach the word. And that's Great Millstone, whether you accept it or not. They are the leaders of all Israel. Verse 21, and thine ears shall hear the word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. So everything that we do is based off these precepts that were taught to us, that were retaught to us by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Okay? But it first started with One West, and all the people that are leaders of Great Millstone were in One West, but there was a breakup because the other leaders were starting to teach other doctrines. They were starting to pull in different things that were not taught by the ones that they were taught by. Okay? So this is where you get Great Millstone at. And they're teaching that same doctrine, that was taught from the old One West that started out of New York. Okay? But the scriptures all break that down, but we're not going to get too far into it. We're going to go back over here to Matthew chapter 1 verse 17. So, right here, these are all of the people, right here when you read it, when it starts, the ancestors of Yahawashi and Manasseh, right? The record of the ancestors of Yahawashi, or Messiah, Salakia. The record of the ancestors of Yahawashi, the Messiah, a descendant of David and of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, and Isaac was the father of Jacob. See, that's why I said in Exodus chapter 6 verse 3, he only appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, this is the seed line of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, who they ignorantly called Jesus Christ. It was a seed line, and how do we know that that seed line had a purpose? Because in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, he said that he will separate thy seed and her seed. But that her seed is Israel. So first we got to figure out who Israel is. And there's some people that maybe come across this and they know, and some that don't. So we're going to deal with that, and then we're going to keep going. So Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah. See? And his brothers. And who's Judah? Judah is the so-called Negroes, the head tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah was the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Solomon. Solomon was the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz was the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. Obed was the father of Jesse, and Jesse is David's father, right? Jesse was the father of King David. And basically, this bloodline that we possess as Hebrew Israelites, we are the bloodline of King David. We're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob is the chosen seed of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? Because it said right here, Because remember we talked about in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68, it said we will be scattered, right? So wherever we were scattered, this is what they were saying to us. Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 19, and it shall come to pass when ye shall say, hold up, that's not right. Hold on, let me go back. That's not the one I wanted. It's okay, hold on. Where's it at? Hold on. Yeah, right here. Romans chapter 9 verse 26, Salakia. This is what they were saying to us. And it shall come to pass in that place, wherever we were driven and cast out, where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? Yasharallah, okay, is how you say basically the sons of the living power, the sons of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, you know? And Yahawah is the heavenly Father, everybody ignorantly calls God, and Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel, everybody calls Jesus Christ, okay? Because we know that the English language wasn't around at this time when the Yahawashi was on the scene in Rome teaching these things. And basically where we're at is the revived Roman Empire, because Yahawashi, the image of Yahawashi and everything is alienated here and crucified here. The only ones who are worshiping his name and teaching his name are his people. Because it says the heathen, it says the heathen basically dread the name of the Lord. So they're not going to say Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. They're not going to worship him. They're not going to work. They're not going to do the work. They're not going to do that stuff. So that's how we know, you know, that this place is that's one way we know that this is the revived Roman Empire, but there's many other things that we can show, but that's not what we're getting into right now. So Jesse was the father of King David. David was the father of Solomon. Right? And what did the father promise? He promised that Solomon would rule, okay? He would be the one who would rule. So that's a big point to that, because Yahawashi was on the scene more than once, okay? That's why when he was 12 years old and he was in the synagogues, they were amazed at how much he knew, because he could remember all the other times he was here, okay? But I'm going to put a video in the comment board later, and it's going to break down to show you who all he was before he came as himself. But we're not going to deal with that right now. So whose mother was Bathsheba, the widow of Uriah. Solomon was the father of Rehoboam. Rehoboam was the father of Abijah. Abijah was the father of Asa. Asa was the father of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat, you remember Jehoshaphat, it means Yahawah has judged. Yahawashi. That's where the land, that's where they're going right now for the battle, the last battle, man, in World War III. Was the father of Jehoram. Jehoram was the father of Uzziah. Uzziah was the father of Joram. Joram was the father of Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Hezekiah. Hezekiah was the father of Manasseh. Manasseh was the father of Amon. Amon was the father of Josiah. Josiah was the father of Joachim, his brothers, born at the time of the exile to Babylon, right? And you're going to go, you know, if you want to go read all these, it's going to basically go all the way down to show you who the father of Jacob was and everybody was, right? Jacob was the father of Joseph. See? So Jacob was very important, okay? He was the seed line that was going to bring Yahawashi into this realm, so we could be saved from this place, man. So we can be saved from our sins. The husband of Mary, okay, Mary gave birth to Yahawashi, who is called the Messiah. All these listed above include 14 generations from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the Babylonian exile, to 14 from the Babylonian exile to the Messiah. So this is a seed line of people. That's how we know that virgin birth is bullshit. Because what's the point of having all these people being written down about that led to Yahawashi, who everybody ignorantly calls Jesus, if it wasn't through the seed line? Okay? So Jacob is a nation of people. Okay? And his seed line got a promise. Okay? And he also had certain things that he was given. And some of us have different gifts than others. There's different administrations in this truth. Some are meant to prophesy, some are meant to do other things. But we're not going to deal with that right now because we're going to get into basically what his blessings are. But when you look up, basically, listed above, right, the 14 generations, right, we're going to look up that word generations. Okay? You know how you hear like that thing where they say the man has the pants on or the jeans on? He's the one that wears the jeans, because that's like goes back to generation, like genealogy, generational. Okay, like that's what it says. The man wears the jeans because he has he's the generator. Okay, he's the one that produces the seed.
Strong's G 1074. Genea.
Fathered, birth, nativity, that which has begotten men of the same stock. See, it comes from the man. A family, the several ranks of natural descent, the successive members of genealogy. See, a group of men likely like each other in endowments, pursuits, character. See. Okay, so we're gonna just, we don't have to read too much of that. We're gonna go back over here and we're gonna look up. We're gonna start right here. Genesis chapter 32, verse 24. Okay, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So Genesis chapter 32 verse 24, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And this is basically him wrestling Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Wrestling Yahawah. Okay? Because when you go up, what does it say? Jacob wrestles. But when you go over here into the NLT, it says Jacob wrestles with the Most High, which is Yahawah. See, so it's like him in the spirit world right now, and he's wrestling him for this birthright. Okay, that's basically what's going on right now. He's wrestling him for this birthright that he's trying to get for these blessings. Okay, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And he said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me." Right? And he said unto him, "What is thy name?" And he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel." See? His name is Israel. So the whole book is about Israel, which is why we say Jake. Jake is Jacob, and it starts with the tribe of Judah. Because why? Because Jacob is the father of Judah. And Judah had all the other 12 tribes. See? It went down. Okay? And then you had some people who were the foreign Israelites, because, King Solomon slept with a whole bunch of women that were from other nations. But since he's still the seed line, those children are still of Israel. Those are the Gentiles. Okay? So thy name shall no more be called Jacob, but Israel. But in this sense, spiritually, we're all Gentiles, because we were cast out and now we're brought back in. But those are like the foreign Israelites, the foreigners. Okay? Whereas a prince, thou hast power with the Most High and with man, and has prevailed. How did he prevail? How did he prevail against men? Because he supplanted Esau, Edom's birthright. Okay? And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, therefore, wherefore is it that thou doest ask after my name? And he blessed him there. See, he got a blessing. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen the Most High face to face, and my life is preserved. See? So the Lord preserved Jacob, okay? Which the whole nation is preserved, which means what? There's going to come to a time where they don't die, okay? They're going to be immortal. So that's one of Jacob's blessings. But he has more than just that. But now we want to look up his name, Jacob, right? What does his name mean? And see how it says Yah? See, it's Yahawah. See? That's his real name, Yahawah. Because there's no James.
H3290. Yaakov.
Yeah.
Yaakov.
But it's actually Yahawah. Okay? That's really how you say his name. Okay? But we don't really worry about saying his name like that. You know, we can, Yahawah, we can say it like that. But we don't want to get people confused. So when we do it, we'll have to interpret it. And so that's why we sometimes just keep saying Jacob. But because the only name that's really going to save you is Yahawashi. So Yahawah or Jacob, heel holder. Didn't it say he was holding Esau's heel? Yeah, because that means he was taking him out of rulership, or supplanter. Okay, and this is what it meant when he was supplanted. He supplanted the blessings. He obtained those blessings from Esau, Edom, because the first son is supposed to get the inheritance. Okay, but Esau, Edom sold his birthright to us, to Jacob. That's why they have a hatred. He said in Genesis 3:15, I will set enmity between thy seed and her seed. So that's why the so-called white man has so much hatred towards us. Okay, because we supplanted their birthright. Okay, so this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9, and it reads, "For Esau is the end of the world," right? Which means what? He'll be ruling at the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So things have to happen to this place, and this place has to come down before we come into rulership. So this is a beautiful time for Israel. Why? Because this place is being torn apart. But you got 2/3 of our people, which is 66% of our people, who want to stay here. They want to establish their righteousness here, and they want to get rich here and be here like this place is going to last forever. Okay? But the reason why they want to do that is because it's something they did the last time they were here. And they have to pay for it here. Okay? That's how judgment works. Because it says that Ecclesiastes 3:16, that under the sun I saw the place of judgment. So judgment isn't in heaven. Judgment's down here. But how can you pay for something that you did, right? You got to come back. But we're going to deal with that. We can deal with more with reincarnation later. But we're going to stick on topic. Genesis chapter 1, verse 24. Going to go over here. Back to the blue letter. Chapter 1, verse 24. And it reads, "And the Most High said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind." Right? After his kind. Cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. See, so everything comes from the man. So that's just another thing to tie into the precept of, the genealogy of basically the seed line of Yahawashi, man. It's a seed line of people. So they're inherited as some type of blessing. But we're gonna keep going. This is Genesis chapter 17, verse 7. Okay. You know, and sometimes the videos is long, so you ain't in it for the long run. You know, you can either space it out or, you know, move on, you know. We in this for the long run. You know, this is Genesis chapter 17, verse 7. And I will establish my covenant, right? My covenant between me and thee and thy seed. And he's talking to Abraham right now. After thee and their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a power, which is Yahawah unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. So everybody that's in the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they're going to be able to inherit this blessing. Okay? And since Genesis chapter 3, the Lord said he's going to separate the seed line so he can bless this nation of Israel. Okay? But they weren't always called Israel. They started off as the Adamites, and then after the flood, they came the Shemites, and then after that, they became the Hebrew Israelites. Okay? That's the line of the Hebrew Israelites. So, you know, and that's why I said right here, Second Esdras, Lord want me to put this in there. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, see, they try to say we're all one, we're all the same, right? Esau, Edom always be like, so-called white people, we're the same, brother. No, we not, motherfucker. You duckhead asshole. No, we're not. As for other people, which also came of Adam, and there's not just Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. There's 16 other nations, you know, like the Japanese, which is in the Bible. They're called the Ammonites, or Moab, the so-called Chinese. The Hamites, which is the so-called Africans, they're all different nations. And what did the Lord say about them? Thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So the Lord don't give a shit about none of them. All he cares about is Israel. Shalom, love. All they care about is Israel. Okay? That's it. All they care about is Israel. That's all the only people the Lord care about. So now we're going to get back over here. Right? And it says, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee and their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a power unto thee, which is talking about Yahawah, and to thy seed after thee, and I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, right? And all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power. Okay, so that's one blessing that Jacob is going to receive. Okay, that he's going to get the lands as a possession. Okay, and the Most High said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee and their generations. Why? Because when we get the new bodies and we get the new covenant, we're not going to ever go off again. We're going to be able to do everything the Lord told us to do in righteousness without screwing up, because we're going to be free from sin. We're going to be immortal, because what did it say in Romans chapter 6 verse 23? The wages of sin is death. So if we're not dying, that means what? We're free from sin. But you got these people out here at the church talking about we are already in the new covenant. Well, your motherfucking ass can still die, so that's going on. So we're going to keep going. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. And that was physical back then, but now it's spiritual. Okay? Now the elders in the Apostle Great Millstone, they advise you to, you know, if you want to go get circumcised, go get circumcised. Because I had this situation happen with me. But Elder Apostle Tahar, he did a video showing that, let's say you aren't circumcised, and it talked about Moses. He didn't circumcise his son, and he was going to get punished, not his son. So when it comes down to it, it's not expedient to do it, but if you can do it, do it. Like if I get the chance to do it, you know, once I try to get my situation more stable, I'm gonna try to do it, okay? But it's not expedient. I just, it's just a way to, honor the Most High's covenant to the best of my abilities, So that's just my thing, But it's not something that I believe it's gonna get you saved. You go get circumcised and come to church and still, not get saved. It's not gonna save you. It's just, honoring the Most High's commandments. But we can't follow all the commandments. If it was that, if we had to follow all the commandments, we'd be through. We wouldn't make it. So now we're going to go to Galatians chapter 3, verse 16. Going to go over here. Reads, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. See, so that's the New Testament, that's the covenant, that's both covenants, the old covenant and the new covenant. But the new covenant, it hasn't been established yet. Because why? Because we're not immortal yet. We don't have powers yet. That's what the new covenant consists of. But it's coming back. It's basically being one with Yahawashi. But this is how we do it, because Yahawashi is literally the words. That's why it said in the beginning, the word was with the Most High, which is John 1:1. In the beginning, Yahawashi was there, okay? Because he's the one who created the universe with these men that we're going to bring up in a second, okay? Because the Lord said, let men be made in our image. So somebody was with him making these men. He was making people on earth. It was these men, okay? Who are basically the elect leaders of Israel, the 144,000 men. Okay, so we're going to bring that up in a little bit. And those men were promised a greater gift than all the other men in Israel. Everybody else in Israel is basically the honorable multitude, and then you have the men in the 2/3. Okay, so there's 3 different type of blessings that are coming to 3 different types of men in Israel. And we pray to be of the elect, because there's an elect inside the elect. That's those 144,000 men. But it's a very scary number, because it's very small. So so now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not and 2 seeds and 2 seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed which is a Mashiach. See. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before the Most High in a Mashiach, that's why they had the seed line, to get this promise. But Yahawashi had to be a sacrifice for it. We wouldn't have been able to do this without Yahawah, Bahasham, and Yahawashi. We wouldn't be able to do this without Yahawashi. So that's why he's the biggest deal of everything we're doing. We can't even get to the Father without him. The law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more promise. But the Most High gave it to Abraham by promise. And that promise had to go through a certain series of events, which also included Jacob supplanting Esau, okay? And that's why Esau is pissed off as fuck, and he's trying to make an artificial birthright because his ass ain't got shit, okay? Basically, he was just blessed with the sword and the fatness of the earth. So that's why he's using it to attack Jacob, because that's all the fuck he's got. That and slandering the word. And we seen through Genesis 3:15, like we were saying, what did he say? I will separate thy seed and her seed. When you look up that word seed, it means offspring, which we know comes from the man. So the next question is, why are we going through all these things, okay? Why are we going through all these troubles just to inherit this blessing? Because that's the way it's set up. You're not going to gain the universe without suffering. You're going to have to go through shit. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22, confirming the souls of disciples and exhorting them, which means like a warning or invitation, or basically telling them what? Telling the Israelites to what? Them to continue in the faith, and that we through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. You see? So we have to go through things. We have to go through tribulations and things, right? But we got to also keep this in mind. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 20. Okay, because right now we're in captivity, right? And just like I said at the top, deliverance from bondage. That's the whole part of this section right here. So we're gonna read it. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity." See, we were put in this position, not willingly. See, we didn't go through this. It was a setup. It was set up like this for you to inherit the kingdom, but by the reason of men who have subjected the same in hope. So, if we weren't in this situation, we wouldn't have hope that the Most High will come and save us, man. You can't be saved unless you're in captivity. So here we are. We're in captivity. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. Right? So that's the process that we're in right now. And he said to occupy ourselves in prophecy and occupy ourselves in truth until that time comes. So this is Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. And this shows you that only the tribes of Israel can only have these laws. The rest of the nations, they can't receive these laws, okay, because they're not for them. So it says Psalm chapter 147 verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. See, and who is Judah's father? Jacob. So that's why Judah was rose up first, because he was the first of all the tribes of Israel. So he have not dealt so with any nation, and for his judgments they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So we see that the Lord did not give nobody else this covenant, man. The rest of the nations did not get these covenants. You know, nobody else gets them. It's just to Israel. So Matthew chapter 19 verse 28. We're getting down to where I want to be at. So Matthew chapter 19 verse 28. Tried to make this as quick as possible. I had a lot of precepts. So Matthew chapter 19 verse 28, and Yahawashi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration. See, regeneration. What's regeneration? Regeneration is reincarnation. We got regenerated, okay? We were retaught these things. When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, right? Because he's not sitting in the throne of his glory right now, because he hasn't came and taken it back, right? Ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And those are those 144,000 elect men who are sitting on those 12 thrones. And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake, you shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. And that's the trouble. That's a troublesome for Jake. They don't want to give up everything of this world to gain this, okay? Why? Because we know that the Lord is only going to allow a specific amount of Israelite men to have that drive to be able to cast out whatever else and put this first. And sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's easy, but it's not going to be easy overall. It's going to be tough. You know, you gotta make sure that you know that this comes first, because if you don't put this first, all those people that you're around, your sister, father, mother, wife, all of them are going to get killed. Okay? And that's going to be on our fucking fault. Because why? Because we weren't serving Yahawashi correctly. So that means that we really didn't even care about our family, because this is the only way we can protect them. So this got to come first. Verse 30, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first, right? And who came out first? Esau, Edom. Then we came out last. That's why we're meant to come first, right? The beginning that followeth. Okay? So now we're going to go to Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15. This is going to show you another possession that Jacob gets, which is Israel. So Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15. Haggadah chapter 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, the other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, so-called white man. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall be upon thine own head. So which means what? They got to go into slavery. They got to get beat the shit out of. They got to get fucked up. But first they got to get destroyed, just like our nation got destroyed. As for ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, and mountain means like nation, his nation. The holy mountain is the nation of Israel. So shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, that's that wrath, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been, because it's going to destroy their ass completely. But upon Mount Zion, which is Israel, shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. So that's another one. That's another thing that Jacob is going to possess as a blessing. He's going to possess everything that Esau Edom had. That's why I also said that the wicked's treasures are stored up for the righteous. See? Basically, Esau Edom just holding our shit for a little bit till we finish, going through this trial. So verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire. And why the house of Jacob? Because the house of Jacob is the one who had Judah. And Judah bring all those other people that was in Israel, and the house of Joseph, who's Joseph, that's Yahawah's father, fleshly father, and the house of Esau for stubble. Why? Because they're going to get burned up in the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Then they got to go through 1,000 years of slavery, and they're going to get burned up again. They're going to be gone forever. It's going to be it. And they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So we know there's not going to be nobody left. They're going to get burnt up. They're going to be done for after they go through their punishment. That's it. So now that's another blessing, that we don't have to deal with these damn devils no more. So Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. And it reads, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Who the strangers? The foreign Israelites who look like the other nations shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And that's what we're doing right now, spiritually. Okay? That's what we're doing. We're cleaving to the house of Jacob, starting with the tribe of Judah, which we know is who? The elders and apostles of Great Millstone, man. All of them that are teaching us, they are from, the majority of them are from the house of Judah. And then you got, other tribes, the Benjamites, the Gadites, all them are, also in there as well, and they're in order. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the Lord, or in the house of Israel, shall possess them in the land of the Lord for the servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. See? And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage, wherein thou hast made to serve. This is another blessing we're getting. That thou shalt take up a proverb, which means a dark saying or a riddle, against the king of Babylon, and say, have to have the oppressor cease, the golden city cease. What's the golden city? America, Babylon, the Great. Okay? That's what's going down right now. So now we're going to do Joel chapter 3 verse 8. Down there, verse 8. Let's do 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them. See, Deuteronomy 28:68 said that we would be sold into slavery again, right? And return your recompense upon your own head. That's talking about Esau Edom, so-called white man. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. See, we're gonna own their ass. and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, a people afar off, for the Lord has spoken it. See? And that's what's finna happen. We're finna possess them. We're gonna be like, we don't even want their ass, and we're gonna sell them to the Sabaeans. And that's why it says, proclaim ye among the Gentiles, verse 9, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the man of war draw near, let them come up. And they're doing that right now. They're in there. They was in there earlier today talking about all this kind of shit in the summit, in the BRIC summit. Okay, the Lord's raising these people up, and we're witnessing prophecy right here while we're living, man. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. And it reads, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And who was blessed with the sword? Esau, Edom, and the fatness of the earth. Right? Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. See? This is the things that are about to happen. Okay? These judgments. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52. All right? And it reads, in a moment, this is another blessing that we get, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. See? So we're going to be immortal. We're going to get to be immortal. Verse 53, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. And how we got to do that? We got to start first in the spirit, and through this the correct doctrine. Okay? Because this doctrine is going to be in our inward parts forever. So right now we're rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. Okay? So when the time comes, he ain't got to fix too much shit about us. Right? Verse 54, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass, saying that it is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Why? Because we don't die no more, because we're immortal. That's what it's saying. So Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But some of us, you know, which we know is talking about the elect, the elect of the elect, the 144,000 mighty men, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that on this side. Okay, they're gonna get that power. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Okay, that's like Flash, man. All these movies and stuff we be watching, that has to do with us, man. But first, we have to understand why we don't have this kind of stuff. So Judges chapter 2, verse 14. There was a certain things had to happen first before we receive these blessings. We had to go through the curses because we disobeyed the Lord. But like it said in Romans, we weren't subject to vanity. It wasn't willingly. But this is what we had to go through. We had to go through suffering because that's what Yahawashi had to go through for us to be able to be joint heirs with him. So it has to happen that way. There's no other way. So Judges chapter 2, verse 14, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of the spoilers that spoiled them. And what did they do? They sold us. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so they could no longer stand before their enemies. We don't got a military right now. We can't fight these motherfuckers. All we can do is read the scriptures and say, Lord's gonna come fuck y'all up, and he's gonna save us, Lord willing. Verse 15, whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. See, and we still are to this day. We greatly distressed. But he said he would send us a comforter, and that was Yahawashi, these words that he's given us. So certain things have to happen. Certain things have to happen, right? So 2 Thessalonians, okay, chapter 2, verse 3. And it reads, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first. See, we fell away because why? He sold us in our enemies. They beat the shit out of us through slavery. They said, you better call in the name of Jesus Christ and go to this damn church. Okay, that's what they did. That's their shit, their false god. That's why it doesn't have no power. So it says, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which is Esau, even the so-called white man. And he's being revealed. Okay? We know who he is in the Bible now. We know what he looks like. We know what he acts like. We know he's going into slavery after this. We know all these things now. So Jeremiah, this is one that I use, frequently. But this is what's going on right now. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. Gotta pull all this stuff back up, because I want to answer the question that was asked. So Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. See? So Esau Edom is now caught red-handed, and he has us in his fucking hand still. Okay? And it's just like he was in Egypt last time. That's how Pharaoh was. He wouldn't let the people go. But last time, when we were in Egypt, we were slaves to the Canaanites, which is the so-called Africans. Okay? We weren't slaves to the so-called white man at that time. It was different. Okay? But when you get down to it, these Edomites took the Canaanite gods and started worshiping these motherfuckers. So it's basically like we still dealing with the same situation. You see what I'm saying? That's what Hollywood is. They be worshiping Canaanite gods. The Bohemian Grove, that's all from Canaan. Okay? So he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Why? Because he's going to be taken out of the way, and he's never going to exist again. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And it reads, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations in Jerusalem, which is how you say it is Jerusalem, shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And that's the time that we're in right now. We're in the time of the Gentiles. They're ruling right now. We got to motherfucking go to work and shit, and these motherfuckers is ruling over us. Okay? But that time's almost up because we see their kingdom falling. It's all over the news. And they're talking about it too. They know. John chapter 3, verse 16. And this is the one they always like to use, but we're going to break down and show you that basically there's different types of worlds. See how it even says a new birth, right? You have to be reborn. You have to, everything that you thought the Bible meant, you have to be retaught. You have to be a baby in this thing, like a newborn baby, just like everybody else. That's what it means to be born again. John chapter 3, 15 or 16, for the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life, right? That's immortality. So now we got to go over here, because they think, the whole world, right? No, it's just talking about the world of Israel. Okay? It's not talking about everybody. Okay? So we're going to go over here. What does it say for the root word of world?
Strong's G 2889. Cosmos. Right? Because when it says anybody who's a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. So when you go look up that word, it's going to say something completely different. But this one is talking about Israel. An apt and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, government. This is a new government coming. This is the government of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi coming to the earth. Ornament, decoration, adornment, the arrangement of the stars, the heavenly host, the ornament of the heavens, the world, the universe, the circle of the earth, the inhabitants of the earth, men, the human family. And what's pretty edifying that I learned not too long ago, it was a while ago, hue. You gotta think about it. Hue means color. Okay, so the human family. Esau ain't got no damn color. And then it also says the ungodly multitude, the whole mass of men alienated from the Most High, and therefore hostile to the cause of a Mashiach. And Mashiach means Christ in Paleo-Hebrew, which means anointed one. And who is the ungodly multitude? 66% of our people, 2/3, that are gonna take this damn micro seed hit, which they call in the Bible, we call it the mark of the beast. And I actually have a little video of it that shows you that they got it in the news and stuff. We're not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to show it. And I got
got a couple more precepts, and then I'm gonna show that and then be out of here. Got just a little bit more. But yeah, you know, that's what that means. It's only talking about Israel, the world of the Israelites. Okay, and they try to say, oh, well, everybody can get saved. No, they can't, because that's an unbalance. It said Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So somebody's going to get left. Somebody's got to get left in this motherfucker, and it ain't going to be us. Lord willing. Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. So now we're going to go over here, and we're going to read about those elect men. Okay, and we're also going to read about the honorable multitude. And it reads, and after these things I saw the four angels standing on the four corners of the earth and holding the four winds of the earth. And what's the four corners of the earth? We talked about yesterday, because you had those bug outs talking about flat earth. Four corners of the earth is talking about the directions, north, south, east, and west. Holding the four winds of the earth. What's that? The four sword judgments. Okay? Those four doors, it was, here, I'll just pull it up so I won't butcher it. Real fast. So, four sword judgments. For thus saith the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, how much more will I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem, which is 2/3 of our people, right? The sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast. That's what it's talking about. Those four winds. It's destruction. Okay? That's gonna lead all the way to the intercontinental ballistic missiles. That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, which is Yahawah, the living seal of the Most High. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power, which is Yahawah, in their forehead. See? And it's a spiritual seal. And that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's sifting through everybody and gathering these men. Okay? And once they're sealed, this motherfucker going down. Okay? And that's what we're doing. We're helping shed light to the people. We're helping shed light to the elect, whoever they are. So when they get sealed and they do everything the Lord told them to do here, then this motherfucker's gone. We can go home. 144,000. I heard a number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000, all the tribes of the children of Israel. So we're not going to try to read too much in it, but it says the tribe of Judah, there's 12,000, Reuben's 12,000, Gad's 12,000, Asher, Nephthalim 12,000, Manasseh 12,000, Simeon 12,000, Levi 12,000, Issachar 12,000, Zebulun 12,000, the tribe of Joseph 12,000, and the tribe of Benjamin. See? 12,000. They're all 12,000 sealed. And those men are the 144,000 elect men who are going to be the rulers of the universe under Yahawashi. Now, when you do the math, okay, this is how short this is. Like, this is literally how much of a chance you have, okay? You're just one person, okay? Right? So you're going to divide that by 12,000. Because there's 12,000 of them. And let's say you're a Judite. And there's 12,000 others. There's 11,000. What is it? Yeah, 12,000. That means that there's 11,999 other people that could be the elect other than you, right? So that means you have a 0.0000883% chance of being an elect man out of one of those tribes. That's all you got. You got a 1 out of 12,000 chance, which is that. Okay, so that's scary. So, you know, it says what? What does it say about those people? It says this. And it says this about those men. It says, put on, therefore, since you only got a 0.00083% chance, you're supposed to be doing this. Okay? This is what you're supposed to be doing. More than anything on the planet. Where is it at? I just seen it. Hold on. and pulled up a different verse. Give me 1 second. It's almost there. Gotta go back again. Why does it not say it? Oh, it's verse 12. Okay. It says, put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering. These are all things you have to apply because Yahawashi had them. Forbearing one another, talking about the brotherhood, forgiving one another if any man have a quarrel against any, even as the Mashiach forgave you, also do ye. So anybody who ever does you wrong, hey, let that shit go. Let that shit go. If you're trying to be one of these guys, you have to do all that shit because that's what they're doing right now on the planet. And he says for all of us to put on that image just in case you just might be one. Okay? And these 144,000 men were with Yahawashi at the beginning of the earth when they created the earth. Okay? This is why they're getting to rule the universe. Okay? Because they were there. And they were put last. So that's why they're getting first now. So the multitude from the tribulation, right? And after this, I beheld a great multitude, which no man could number. And it says in Hosea chapter 1, verse 10, that Israel is a number that cannot be numbered. So these are those people, because the elect is 33% of our people. Okay? So 144,000 of them are the rulers, and then everybody else is the honorable multitude who clings to the body. Just like I said earlier in that other lesson. They cling to the body. Okay? That 144,000 elect men, that body. Okay? Led by Yahawashi. So, which no man could number, of all nations, all kindreds, and all people and tongues stood before the throne. This means all nations of Israel. Okay? That's talking about the foreign Israelites, all that. All those people who came to this understanding. And tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Because you got to think about it. If we all look like so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitians, and the Lord didn't put the spirit on Jake to be fucking so-called white women and all this other shit, then they would have just killed us all. We would have been dead. But since we were sleeping around with their women and stuff, they don't know who the fuck's Israel. Because they don't know, they can't, they don't live by the spirit. They can't detect things by the spirit. So they don't fucking know. So, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders, and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped the Most High, saying, Amen, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power, and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen. And one of the answers answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And how do you get these white robes? By being cleansed by this word. Because it said that you have been cleansed by the word I have spoken to you, this truth. And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which come out of great tribulation. What does it say in Acts 14:22? Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So who's that? People that's walking on the ground right now, they're going to get these white robes, okay? Because they did what the Lord said do. And have washed their robes and have made them white in the blood of the Lamb. And who's the Lamb? That's Yahawashi. Okay? We were cleansed by this truth, man. Okay? That's what it gets us exempt from judgment. Therefore, they are before the throne of the Most High, but we still gonna have to go through shit. We're gonna have to see people getting blown up and all type of shit. People getting eaten and shit. We're gonna have to basically run through all that shit and pray to Bahasham that we don't die. And even some people in the truth is gonna die. Okay? Some people gonna die for the truth, for the Lord's purpose. So it's a very scary topic, but we're supposed to have no fear and know that if you do die and you have this faith and you did the work of the Lord, hey, you're gonna get crowned. When you come back live, you're going to be straight. And serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne that shall dwell among them. And that's why we do this here. We worship him all day and night. Because we're trying to put on that image. We're not trying to get left, and wake up in the kingdom and be like, yeah, you were 2/3. You're just a kid of one of the people that I was dealing with. They'll still be priests and stuff, but they ain't going to have no power. And we don't want that. I'm not trying to go through all this tribulation just to, basically be the, The kids that didn't do shit? Hell no. 2 Corinthians. Shoot, I'm serving Yahawashi every day. OK.com. That's what we doing over here in this house. So 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12. And it reads, and start going down, and it reads, you got to remember this, keep this in mind, for we dare not make ourselves of that number or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but by measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. So we're not supposed to think we're of the elect. We hope we are. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Okay? Now we're going to pull up this. I know this is a long lesson. I'll try to make it quick. Doing my best. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And the reason it shall come to pass in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's the 2/3. But the third shall be left therein. Left therein in what? And I will bring the third part through the fire, this trial, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. And he's trying us by purging us with this word and teaching us these things as we go through this trial. We learn them and being purged. Okay, we're being made white. They call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power, Yahawah, Bahasham, Rawchaa. Okay? So you got to keep this in mind. Matthew chapter 27, verse 25. And it reads, then answered all the people, he said, his blood. Then he answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and our children, and on our children. That's what 2/3 said about Yahawashi. So this is why they're 2/3 right now. Okay? That's why they're going to get cut off and they're going to die and they're not going to be able to get to this truth. Because they crucified Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi last time. So the only people that are going to get regenerated are the elect. We pray to be part of that number, because but you can't just, it's not just like if you come to the truth, it's not like you know of the elect, if you're the elect, because it says you have to endure to the end. And the Lord can just take his fucking spirit from you at any time. So that's why he said, don't dare make yourself part of that number, because I'll just take your ass at the truth. So this is another blessing. John chapter 14, verse 2. My Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to a place to prepare. I go prepare a place for you. Right? That's what he's doing right now. He's preparing that place. Okay, so hold on. We're going to look up this word mansions. Because in a sense, those mansions really mean like universes, but really, he's really talking about us.
Strong's G 3438. Mane.
It's a staying, abiding, dwelling, abode, to make one's abode, metaphorically, of the Most High Holy Spirit in dwelling believers. See, he's really talking about, deeper than that. Because when you go to the root word, hold on.
Strong's G 3306. Mano.
Says to remain, abide, in reference to place, to sojourn, tarry, not to depart, to continue, to be present, to mortal, to be held, kept, continually, in reference to time, to continue to be, not to perish, to last, endure, of persons, to survive, live, in reference to state or condition. To remain is one, not to become another or different. To wait for, await one. See? So this is like bigger than just talking about like a dwelling place. He's talking about his spirit being in you and you don't die as well. So now we're going to go over to Isaiah 13:12. We're getting there. Bear with me. Put a lot of edification in this. So, Isaiah 13:12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. See? And that's what he's doing right now, trying us and making us gold through the Spirit. Okay? Now you got to remember this too, 2nd Esdras. Chapter 7, verse 7. And I got a video, like I said, but I'm going to just show the front of it, and then I'm gonna leave it. Oh, yeah, I got to do it over here. I'm going to leave it in the comment board, you know, so the person who asked me about this, asked me to do this lesson can go watch it. So I won't take too much time. 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 7. Okay? Got to remember this. This is like I said. Remember I said in the beginning, it's a single file or line to the kingdom of heaven. And a man is the only one that's getting through. So a man and his possessions are the only thing that's getting through. So that's why our women, the hopeful elect women, they don't mind being called our possession, because they know that we're fighting to get to the kingdom of heaven. Okay, we're putting on the image of the elect. They want to be possessed by us, because then you can get through the damn door. 2nd Esdras chapter 7 verse 7, the entrance thereof is narrow. It is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there was a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. See? That's talking about basically this trial, this path. And there's so many things in the earth that can throw you off from the truth and have your ass back in the world. Verse 8, and only one path being between them both. That's why I say enter ye the straight gate, which is what? You got to be in order of great millstone. You got to be following them the correct way. You got to be learning. You got to be growing. So, and ultimately you got to be chosen. And one only path between them both, and between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. See, it's one man. Only one man can enter at a time. If this city is now set for given, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, see, we got to go to tribulation. We're not going to just get beamed up. Nothing bad happens. We got to go see. The shit's going to get messy. How shall he receive his inheritance? Right? We're going to have to go through shit. And then I said, it is so, Lord, which is Ezra's talking. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. This is Israel's portion. This is what we got to go through. This is necessary for us to reach the kingdom of heaven. Because it said a servant is no greater than his master. We have to go through what Yahawashi went through. So Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. I've got 4 more precepts after this. I'm gonna show the verse at the beginning of this little video that I did 6 months ago about the micro sea hill, and then we're gonna get out of here. So Matthew chapter 24 verse 13, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So like I said, we have to endure unto the end. You can't just come in this truth and come out, because if you go in this truth, especially if you start doing the work and you come out of this truth, hey, it's a very scary thing, because the Lord said that it's impossible for those people to basically get back to that point of being of the elect, because the elect are not going to stop. Okay, they're not going to stop once they start. So you want to put on that image and stay in this and be fully reborn. You know, you have to live different. So you got to count the cost before you jump in this thing. This is Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, and we know this. He said he calls all both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, right? Well, that mark is this, man. You know, because you would be surprised. Some people still don't know, man. Some people still don't know. So I want to go put it in over here. Okay, this is a video I did about 6 months ago, and it's just it's basically a news clip. Okay, it's only like 11 minutes, but I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to show it. I'm going to leave it down there in the comment board, you know, for you to go listen to it, bro. You know, just like I said, this was somebody that specifically asked me this question: what are the blessings of Jacob? But I'm trying to also show you this is what we're going to have to go through to inherit this blessing. This is what we're preparing for, okay? Jacob's trouble. which is in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. But we're not going to deal with it right now. See, the way of death is now center stage, the charagma. So when you watch this, okay, you're going to see. But hold on, let me just try to see if I can go to the let me see. Let me see if I can get to the point where it shows it in the hand. Yeah, it's almost here.
From the hill, human microchip implants take center stage. The novelty of replacing one's home key with
right
a
there.
microchip implant.
Okay, that's what we got to get ready for, and 2/3 of our people are going to take that, man. And we got to be the ones who are worshiping Yahawashi doing this work, because if not, he's going to give you over to this thing. He's going to make you take it. So he will give us. He said he will give us over to things being idle. Okay, and if you're an idle Israelite, especially after you find out you're an Israelite, because once you find out you're an Israelite, the clock starts ticking. And if you don't want to serve Yahawashi, he's going to make you do what Esau Edom's doing, so he can tag you like cattle, and then you got to get blown up with his ass. So you don't want to do this shit. So now we're going to go back over here to Revelation 13:16, right, to receive a mark. And we look up that word mark, it means charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? That no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, and the beast is the system that is basically initiating that, or the number of his name, which is what we know is the 666. Through his wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and that man is Esau Edom. You see what I'm saying? That's his shit. That's his technology, and his number is 603 6. Okay, so we gotta get ready for that, because everybody's gonna get tried, as it says right here, Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Everybody's about to get tried on this shit. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Which means what? He's going to make it to where we don't take the shit. Which shall come upon all the world. Because he said all small and great, rich and poor, all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. The Lord's going to try everywhere. And a lot of people's cards going to get pulled. You got to remember this. This is something that people don't understand. You know, they don't understand. They think that, you know, like we just got all the time in the world. We don't have all the time in the world. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it says that the Lord will pull up on you on a day that you're not aware, and he will make you do this shit. So hold on. This is basically the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha. Apocrypha means hidden. So it was like 15 books that were taken out of the Bible so we wouldn't understand everything. But now they're here, you know. And this is one of them, which is the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 35, verse 20. Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. Where are we at? The time of afflicted. We're being afflicted right now. As clouds of rain in the time of drought. So right now, we're getting this mercy. It's a mercy period. So this is our rain right now. This is our period to get our shit right. So when Esau Edom drops this motherfucker, we're not panicking like everybody else, and we're ready for it, and we're not gonna be, you know, panicky like them, because we knew it was gonna happen. We got ready for the battle. It's a spiritual battle, because there's not gonna be nowhere to run. There's gonna be nowhere to run away from this shit. Everybody's gonna get fucking tested on this shit. So Revelation chapter 11, verse 13. This is my last precept. And that same hour, there was a great earthquake, and 1/10 part of the city fell. That's talking about America, Babylon the Great. But what's the 10th part of the city fell? What is that talking about? It's talking about this. It's talking about all of America, Babylon the Great. See? The 10th part of the earth is the 10 FEMA zones. Okay? That's what that's talking about. Right there. 10 FEMA zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These got the numbers on it. That's the 10th part of the earth. That bitch is all the way getting blown up. Everything on it. And that's why we be calling on Yahawashi to get us the fuck out of here And Lord willing, he bring the chariots, which are the so-called UFOs, and we get beamed up out of the motherfuckers after going through all that shit. And this is why you don't want to take Bahasham as a joke, because you can make it all the way to the chariots and still get blown up. That's how scary this shit is. You gotta have fear of the Lord for real, you know? And the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. The 7,000 just means completion. And the remnant were affrighted. See, everybody who they're frightened. Why? Because they barely made it. It said the righteous shall be scarcely saved. So they gonna get pulled up in the chariots and probably be seeing shit get blown up when they getting pulled up. And gave glory to the Most High of heaven. You see? And all this happened because why? Because we sinned against the Lord. So you don't want to fuck around with Yahawashi. Okay, we had to go through all this, even as the righteous, we had to go through all this and barely make it out. And we still have no assurance of our lives. And we doing everything we can for Yahawashi on a daily basis. So, like I said, where should the ungodly and the sinner appear? Hey man, it's going to be bad. Because the Lord blow your ass up or something in a different situation that ain't even got to do with the 10th part of the earth being fallen. And then he can just reincarnate your ass back in the earth and you get blown up. So, shit. Hey, get your mind right with Yahawashi and, you know, repent, you know, and convert. And, you know, there's plenty brothers that deal with, like, Hebrew prayers, things like that. And they work. Them prayers work, man. It's the best power that we have right now. So, you know, if there's any other questions that you got, you know, you got my number. You can hit me up. Talking to the person that asked me to do this video. You know, it's a media family member of mine, and it's a you know, very edifying and very beautiful time for myself, because I've been very patient waiting for them to really want to know, and they're starting to believe. So the water Yahawashi. So Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, and foreign Israelites that live like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, led me to the truth, and been ordained by the Lord. Teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and so forth. The Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, be part of that number. Lord willing, this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. The judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. So wild ball, which means death to America, or DTA, death to America. People that don't know. And, you know, Lord willing, we'll be able to make it out of here, you know, intact with the spirit of Yahawashi. And Lord willing, we'll be able to exalt the name of Yahawashi another day. Shalom. Which means peace.